of our Divine Mother. From the book The Mother, from the collective works of our Divine Mother. Page 33, topic The Integral Yoga, subtopic The Three Conceptions of the World. First, Buddhist and Shankarite. As per the Buddhist and the Shankarites, the world is an illusion, a field of ignorance and suffering due to ignorance. The one thing to do is to get out of it as soon as possible and to disappear into the original non-existence and non-manifestation. Second, the Vedantic, as very commonly understood. As per the Vedantic, the world is essentially divine, for the divine is omnipresent there, but its exterior expression is distorted, obscure, ignorant, perverted. The one thing to do is to become conscious of the inner divine and remain fixed in that consciousness without troubling about the world. For this external world cannot change and will always be in its natural state of unconsciousness and ignorance. Sri Aurobindo's view about the world. Sri Aurobindo says the world as it is not the divine creation it is meant to be, but an obscure and perverted expression of it. It is not the expression of the divine consciousness and will, but this is what it is meant to become. It has been created to develop into a perfect manifestation of the divine under all his forms and aspects of light, knowledge, power, love, and beauty. This is our conception of it and the aim we follow, says our Divine Mother. 24th Feb 1936. Our Divine Mother says the usual sadhanas have for aim the union with the Supreme Consciousness, which is Sat Chit Ananda. And those who reach there are satisfied with their own liberation and leave the world to its unhappy plight. On the contrary, Sri Aurobindo's sadhana starts where the others end. Once the union with the Supreme is realized, one must bring down the realization to the very exterior world and change the conditions of life upon earth until a total transformation is accomplished. Our Divine Mother says, in accordance with this aim, the sadhaks of the integral yoga do not retire from the world to lead a life of contemplation and meditation. Each one must devote at least 1/3 of his time to a useful work. All activities, says our Divine Mother, all activities are represented in the ashram, and each one chooses the work most congenial in his nature, but must do it in a spirit of service and unselfishness, keeping always in the view the aim of integral transformation. Our Divine Mother says, to make this purpose possible, the ashram is organized so that all its inmates find their reasonable needs satisfied and have not to worry about their sustenance. The rules are very few, so that one can enjoy the freedom needed for his development, but a few things are strictly forbidden. They are politics, smoking, alcoholic drink, and sex enjoyment. Great care is taken for the maintenance of good health and the welfare and normal growth of the body of all, small and big, young and old. 24th September 1953. Our Divine Mother says what we are doing now is a new thing. It has nothing to do with the past. We want the divine conquest of this world, the conquest of all its moments, and the realization of the divine here. It can be called an adventure because it is the first time that a yoga aims at transformation and divinization of physical life instead of escape from it. We want to translate into physical terms as perfectly as possible the inspiration sent by the Lord for the accomplishment of His work upon earth. And for that, each individual soul is a help and a collaborator. But each human ego too is a limitation and an obstacle. The more I go, the more I know that it is in work that Sri Aurobindo's integral yoga is best done. It is not what you do, but the spirit in which you do it that is important for integral yoga. Next subtopic, yogic action. Our Divine Mother says from the standpoint of yoga, it is not so much what you do, but how you do it matters most. It is not so much the act that matters, but the consciousness in which it is done. So all is well, and do not torment yourself. My love is always with you, says our Divine Mother. Date 24th March 1964. Our Divine Mother says, from the point of view of a spiritual life, it is not what you do that matters most, but the way in which it is done and the consciousness that you put into it. Remember always the divine, and all you do will be an expression of the divine presence. When all your actions are consecrated to the divine, there will be no longer activities that are superior and activities that are inferior. All will have an equal importance, the value given them by consecration. Our Divine Mother says whatever one does, it becomes useful if one puts a spark of true consciousness into it. The consciousness one has is much more important than the act one performs, and the most apparently useless acts can become very productive if they are performed with the true consciousness. It is the spirit and the consciousness from which it is done that makes an action yogic. It is not the action in itself. Next, the aspects of sadhana is the next topic. Question, Sweet Mother, I wish to get light on the following points. Have I got the capacity, and are there potentials in me to follow this path? For this, our Divine Mother says this is not the question. The question is whether you have the necessary aspiration, determination, and perseverance, and whether you can, by the intensity and persistence of your aspiration, make all the parts of your being answer to the call and become one in the consecration. Question. Next question. Sweet Mother, how can I continue my practice? That's the sadhana after going home. For this, our Divine Mother says, quiet yourself, and in the quiet see and feel the Divine Mother. Next question. Sweet Mother, how can I meditate? What is meant by opening to the divine? Where should I open? For this, our Divine Mother says, an inner purity and receptivity that freely lets in the Mother's influence. Begin with the heart. Next question. Sweet Mother, I aspire for the higher life from above the head, but I always feel strained in the middle part of the forehead. What should I do? For this, our Divine Mother says, do not strain yourself. Question. How does the psychic being open? How to understand the psychic and the vital beings in the body? For this, our Divine Mother says by the force of aspiration and the grace of the mother. Psychic being is nothing but your true being, the being that is in the heart, and that is the spark of the Divine Mother's own consciousness. Vital being is the part from which proceeds desires, hunger, and dynamic activities, having its physical basis round about the navel. These are the words of our Divine Mother.
Il faut être tous dignes du centenaire de Cherubino.